Hey everyone, we are Felix and Fiana, and during the past years we traveled to over 30 countries together and explored some really cool and unique places. If you haven't seen our last video, we went on a day trip to Sintra in Portugal, where we wandered around the colorful castles and explored a really crazy garden. And now we are back in Lisbon. Welcome back to Lisbon. It is such a beautiful day today, so we've decided to take a walk to LX Factory, which is probably one of the hippest places in the city. It is located in an old industrial park, basically. And you can find just a bunch of cool shops and also the super iconic bookshop, which also has a small record collection inside. And yeah, the place is just filled with so much creativity. Next stop is Belem, which is the home of the president of Portugal and also the birthplace of the pastéis de nata. Or in this case, in Belem, they are actually called Pasteis de Belem because they are the original ones, but since it's trademark, nobody else can call their pastéis de nata Pasteis de Belem. Looking back, we can definitely say that you should go there and try the Pasteis de Belem because they are really good. Another day, another opportunity to explore Lisbon.
A new place, a new home, for a while, let me feel alive.
We have decided to drive to the court that is like below the castle. I think it's called Castillo. This quarter has so many colorful and narrow streets. It's really cool to just walk around and try to find new spots around each corner. And of course, like many days we spent in Lisbon, we ended our day at one of our favorite sunset spots. Another day we made our way to the northern part of Lisbon because we got a recommendation for a really good Arabic restaurant, so of course we had to go check it out. It was actually super tasty. We ended up going there more than once, so if you're in Lisbon, we can highly recommend you going there. Back in the central part of Lisbon, we went to the most famous old funicular. Next up, we went to the old town of Lisbon, Alfama, and explored the tiny narrow streets, and this part of the city has been around basically forever, even before Lisbon grew to the huge city it is today, and it's crazy to think about who might have wandered around there. In this part of the city you will find so many hidden places, hidden street art and viewpoints basically around every corner. So we highly recommend you just walk around and get lost in the narrow streets. One of our favorite viewpoints in Alfama is the Miradour Sta Luzia, because you can have a really beautiful view of the old town, and if you're lucky like us, you even get a view without any cruise ships blocking your way. We really enjoyed walking around Alfama with its tiny streets and its beautiful art, but We know that we were super lucky because when we went to Lisbon, there weren't that many people, but we know that in summer, the old town streets can get super busy. As we always do, we can recommend you so much to get up super early to avoid the crowds and have the city, wherever you are, just to yourself. And that's what we also did one morning in Lisbon. So we went straight to Praça do Comércio, because normally there are just so many people there. But we were lucky and we got to watch the sun rise and the city is slowly waking up. And of course, as you might already guess, we also went back to Miradour Santa Luzia to actually get some drone shots. And it's really fascinating in the morning because you can hear the seagulls talking to each other and the trams passing by, which during the day you might not even hear because the city gets pretty loud. Yeah, especially when you go to Lisbon during the summertime, go and wake up early, even if you don't feel like doing it, because the city is so magical and so different than during the day. And like we did, you can use that and after waking up and strolling around the city, go get some breakfast. We decided that day to go to one of our favorite breakfast places. The rest of the day we just decided to walk around the city since it was one of our last days in Lisbon. We were just thinking about everything that we did since we decided to move to Lisbon 2 months ago. For our last dinner, we went to a super popular Asian restaurant that we can actually also highly recommend. But you should not forget to reserve a table. To end our time in Lisbon, we had to come back to the castle because it is by far our favorite sunset spot, where you overlook the whole city and the bridge in the background and just see the sun setting down. And then it was time for us to say goodbye to Lisbon, ready for the next adventure to come. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed traveling around Lisbon with us, showing you some cool places. And if you did, make sure to hit subscribe and yeah, stay tuned for a new video to come.